Welcome back to episode 8 of the Player's Perspective podcast. Just want to start off by saying, hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. I know we did here at PPP. And want to give a special birthday shout out to Derek Lee here. He's 21 now, celebrated it yesterday. And hope he had a good time. Did you have a good time, Derek?
I did. I actually went to the Denver Nuggets game, and they absolutely smacked the Los Angeles Lakers by 30 points. So, indeed, a good birthday. Ducks also won last night, too, so that was awesome to see.
Yep, that's good. That's good. Good to hear. Good. Glad you had a good birthday. But yeah, let's get into it here. Ducks tonight playing against the Florida Panthers. Big win, 3-2. Making them 4-1-2 in their last 7 games, which we're gonna get into here. So this might be a little bit of a long one. But yeah, starting off the game, first period, the Ducks didn't look like they were that great to start off the game. Looking kind of rough.
What do you mean they weren't? What do you mean they weren't great? They scored 15 seconds of the game on their first shot.
Yeah, but they scored and then did nothing. Yeah, that doesn't matter though. They scored and then just did nothing. That was good that they scored, and then after that, which I don't know why they just backed off. Normal Anaheim Ducks hockey, score a goal and then just back off for no reason. But
anyway, Carter Rowney getting another point. That's 2 points in 2 games since being back. So good to see him back in the lineup and contributing.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up when you guys got in here until we had some technical difficulties on the last episode.
Turns out Twitch doesn't like you when you join a stream late.
Yeah, but yeah, I was going to say, is this the fourth line that the Ducks are looking for? Is this finally it?
I mean, I would say so. They've been doing good each game. So I say if they keep it up, they could easily be like that fourth line they had in those 2013 to 2015 years, where everyone on that line would contribute no matter what, and then that makes it easier for Carlisle because he can just keep rolling the lines whenever he wants to.
Yeah, by the looks of it, that fourth line definitely putting in some lot of work past, especially obviously with Carter Rowney back the past 2 games. Second period for the Ducks was all right. Wasn't too good, wasn't too bad. They just played all right, and then ended up going down 2-1 actually before getting a huge goal by Mr. Nick Ritchie himself.
Richie boy.
He's been having a good couple games here the past, 6-7 games on a bit of a point streak.
He's got, before tonight, he had 6 points in 6 games.
So we're raising that to 8 points now.
In 7 games.
7 games.
Because Boy scored the game-winning goal with a minute left in the game, basically.
Yep, and it was really awesome to see his mom on TV. She looked very happy, and it was just awesome. All the moms here on the road trip for the last 3 games. First time ever. They usually do the dads or the siblings or whatever, but it was good to get the moms out there because you know how much moms do for hockey players.
Yeah, and then the team also seemed really happy to play in front of their moms. Like, seemed like there was like a new sense of energy among the team.
Yep, that is true. I was thinking about if that was playing a factor, if they just really wanted to play hard for their moms out there. I'm sure any hockey player would want to, with not just your mom, just anyone in your family there. But yeah, second period they go down 2-1. They get that huge game-tying goal by Nick Ritchie, and it seemed to give them some life at the end of the second period. Started playing much better, and it rolled over into the third. Ducks played a really good third period. Couldn't score though, but same old story. But it's okay. The Florida Panthers actually almost doubled them in shots. Shots were 44-25, but that doesn't tell the whole story of the game. If you just look at the stats, you're just gonna say, "Oh, they got wrecked. They were lucky to get a win there," but I don't really think that was the case. But yeah, Nick Ritchie, another big goal with a minute 30 left in the game. Able to propel the Ducks to a big 2 points. Now tied for first with San Jose and Calgary for first place in the Pacific.
They are tied with Vegas for third.
I literally just looked at it. What are you talking about?
I literally just looked at it too after the game. I will go recheck it right now. Maybe it hadn't. Oh, it hadn't refreshed yet for me because the game technically wasn't over.
Calgary and San Jose 29 points as well.
You're right.
There's a 29 points.
There's a three-way tie for first place.
So Toronto is that game over already? It is. Toronto beat the Sharks, so that's good. And the Stars and the Flames are still playing. 1 minute left in the second. Stars are winning 2-1. So hopefully the Stars can pull out a regulation win there.
Yep. Anyway, it's good to see the Ducks. They're kind of back to I feel like kind of who they are as a team. I feel like they've been a little bit more aggressive, hitting the body, especially in that Nashville game.
Yeah.
In that Nashville game, everyone's taking the body.
Yeah, they really amped up the physical play against Nashville, which you gotta do against those guys. They're a really good team, but they're kind of babies. So if you put the body on them, they're gonna start crying. But the Ducks did get in a little bit of some penalty trouble against Nashville, and but they also, and not only were they getting in penalty trouble, when they actually got power plays, they were really struggling. I know they scored on one, but they went 1 for 5, which that's
not
going to
good.
win against the Nashville Predators. Is going to come down to special teams. Can't be doing that. I think the Preds did they have 2 power play? Which made the difference. Which made the difference since one of Watson's goals was a empty net. But yeah, and then but it was good to see the physicality carried over to the game against Tampa Bay. And that's how you correctly play a physical game. They weren't taking any penalties. They were just playing hard, physical, good on the forecheck. And it showed. And
they really
same thing with the
biggest part that I take away from that Lightning game was they were able to kill the Lightning's power play, which is operating at 20%.
They had, 2 penalties maybe yesterday? 3?
Yeah. Like, they were being physical, but they were being disciplined about it.
Yeah, they talked about that. I think Randy Carlisle talked about that, and I think they said Manson got an interview. They were talking about being more disciplined in their penalties. But, yeah, they played a really hard-nosed game against one of the top teams. They basically went from playing the top team in the West to playing the top team in the East. Even though Buffalo is actually the top team in the East now. Big 10 wins in a row for the boys in Buffalo.
It's so good to see that there's actually other teams this year that are good. Buffalo's good. Carolina's good. It's just refreshing to see. Yeah, Pittsburgh and LA.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Chicago aren't very good.
The Flames are actually in first place.
It's just very weird to see.
The Hawks are bad.
Yeah.
It's like the Twilight Zone this year.
Yeah, same thing against Nashville with Tampa Bay. You just gotta put the body on them, and they don't like to get hit. So really made the Ducks look really good last night. And going back to the game before Nashville, game against Edmonton at home before they started their road trip. Overtime win, 2-1.
It was a very fun game.
Derek was actually at that game.
I was.
So, Derek, give us some insight about how that game was.
Well, I don't really feel like the Ducks, I'm just gonna say, they didn't really deserve to win that game, because most of the game they just didn't look that great. They weren't creating really good scoring chances. Yeah, there was a lot of rebounds that Koskinen was letting get into good areas for them, but they just were not converting on those rebound chances. And because of that, I felt like if they were gonna lose the game, they kind of deserved to, because they weren't putting their chances away. But they got a good break at the end. Marcus Pettersson's shot got blocked in front, and Nick Ritchie was able to clean up a rebound.
Ritchie in front of the net has been a theme these last couple of games.
And then in overtime, they said that they drew up a play right out of the overtime period. So the face-off win really helped them generate that kind of play right there. I think it was Brandon Montour who had the outlet pass to Ricard Raquel. That was just such a beautiful outlet pass right out of the break. And then Raquel just powered his way to the net and got it past Koskinen. Just a nice, dirty goal. That was also his 100th career goal for Raquel. And the fact that it
was Gibby's 100th career win.
That's right. Just the fact that those both came in the same game. It's just so fitting, especially because the Ducks were able to just claw back and earn at least a point in regulation, and then just finishing it off in overtime. That was just really nice to see, especially because in recent years they haven't really been that fortunate on Black Friday, playing against the Blackhawks almost every year until last year. And they played Winnipeg, and they also lost. So seeing them win on Black Friday was pretty refreshing, especially for me, because I usually go to that game every year for my birthday, and I was getting pretty sick of them losing every single year. So yeah, definitely one for the books, I'd say.
Yeah, that was a pretty spot-on analysis there of that game. Let's go to the 21st against Vancouver. Another win, 4-3.
Yeah, that game was good. The Ducks have actually been putting the puck in the net recently, which is a good sign to see. Most of these games they've been getting at least three goals. I mean, they've been getting at least 3 goals, which is very helpful now. Seeing as I feel a few guys are getting more comfortable, forward-wise at least. Offensively, seems like the lines has been starting to gel. Silverberg up on the top. Silverberg and Kasha have been playing very well recently. I've been amazed with Kasha's play. He's really just like the Energizer Bunny, as Carlisle keeps calling him.
Yeah, Kasha, man, every time he gets a puck, seems like something's going to happen.
Yeah, he's just way more confident with the puck.
Yep, just always moving his feet, too.
I see him looking to create things. I see him making his own plays, shooting the puck a lot. Just good to see.
Yep, he actually scored in that game, and it was actually, I think that was only the second time the Ducks got to 4 goals.
Yeah. The first time was the Islanders.
That was the third time this season that they got to 4 goals. So, as you can see, the Ducks struggling to get goals this year.
30th in the league in goals for per game.
Yet they're 12th in the league in points.
Only above the Kings, who are, I don't know if I even want to compare myself to those guys because they're so bad.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny how this is Anaheim Ducks hockey. The Ducks have the lowest amount of goals scored per game, or one of the lowest, but they are 12th in the league points-wise and 3rd in the Pacific, or tied for 1st in the Pacific.
Yep, after that, what was that, 7-game losing streak that they had?
Yep.
7 or 8.
They've really picked it up, and like you said, it shows they're 12th in the league in points. That's just awesome to see them climbing back.
They were able to go on a 7-game losing streak, claw and just like honestly just somehow stay in it. Just honestly, just stay in like contention. And they right now they're sitting good with their division. Like they should have no worries. Like they're where they want to be right now. Like and they can still be better, which is the scary part, I think, for the rest of the Pacific.
Yep, always a theme of the Ducks every season. Just start off very bad, and usually they start to get going in December, but Christmas came early this year, and apparently they starting off in November this time, which is good to see.
A month where they once lost almost every single game in 1 year.
Yeah. Back in what was that, 2011, 2010 maybe?
It was when Hiller was dealing with vertigo before he was diagnosed.
Rough. Just rough.
They won 3 games
Things
that
you
month.
hate to see.
They won 3 games
yeah.
that month, and they were all in like the last week of November. And then they missed the playoffs out by like 2 points that year.
Yep. Hockey can do that to you. Have a super rough month and just goodbye playoffs.
Yeah, the Ducks got lucky with their start. That's why they should be thanking their rookies, honestly, for this start.
Yep.
But now that everyone's like the lines are finally starting to flow, everyone's starting to get in a rhythm. I feel like puck movement's better. People are forechecking. They're actually buying into the system again.
Yeah, all that talk about firing Carlisle, where's that now, huh? Where's everybody? Everybody's not coming out of the woodwork now to be talking about that because the Ducks are actually playing good. Just like we talked about on previous episode, it's not the coach.
It's the players.
We know the Ducks can play good. It's up to them. It's not up to the coach as if they want to play good or not.
Like not talking about the Ducks, talking about Edmonton for a little bit. They hired Ken Hitchcock, and his first thing as general manager was, or not general manager, head coach was, he said, I can get a lot of players, but at the end of the day, it's on them, not me, to win the game.
Yep, I can take you to the promised land, but you got to buy into and you got to be the ones that actually perform. Oh.
Yeah, but so the Ducks, Carlisle's sitting pretty right now. He'll be the coach the rest of the year. There's no doubt about that. At the end of the season, who knows? That could be a complete different story when the time comes.
Yeah.
But for right now, Carlisle's going to be there for the rest of the year. But in other news, the Philadelphia Flyers seem to be blowing themselves up right now. Fired Hextall, assistant coach today. There's
Hextall and Hackstall.
And Hackstall. And their assistant coach. They got rid of the top 3 guys. And now there's trade rumors coming out of there. And also the talk of Nylander, who has 2 days to sign. So there could be, and apparently the Ducks have been making phone calls, so things could go down in the next couple of days.
Yeah, we'll see where that story takes us.
December 1st could actually be the new trade deadline. Who knows?
Yep, Ducks play Friday, so I don't know if we're going to have a podcast Friday, maybe Sunday.
Maybe.
Another game. So
we'll cover news.
Maybe by that time,
we'll have an answer.
We might see William Nylander in the Ducks uniform.
No, what will happen?
Yeah,
What I
right.
think is going to happen, it's going to be some weird 3-way trade where Nylander goes to Philly, someone from Philly goes to Anaheim, and someone from Anaheim goes to Toronto.
That sounds awful. Just my opinion.
2,000 face-offs won. Wow.
See, it may sound awful, but then you remember that we have Bob Murray as our general manager.
Are you saying Bob Murray is terrible at making trades?
No, I'm saying Bob Murray knows what the fuck he's doing. Look at our youth core.
Yeah, that didn't come through trades. That came through drafting.
Exactly. with Toronto's draft picks. Where do you
You're
think we
not
got?
wrong.
Where do you think we got Josh Manson, Sam Steele, and who was the other one?
And Raquel and Gibson.
Raquel.
Yeah. Boom.
Can we just
Gross.
play these guys?
We did.
I like how you're not gonna play us. Scared, literally scared. Freaking play us again.
Anyway, hopefully, if the Ducks do trade, they get a natural goal scorer, a pure goal scorer, someone who can actually play the top line consistently, not just a filler until Corey Perry gets back.
I'm gonna keep saying it. Why are the Ducks struggling to score goals? Who's missing? Change my mind.
Patrick Eves.
Change my mind. Why can't Raquel do anything? Corey Perry's not there. Change my mind. People are saying, he's got to play with Getzlaf. He's still playing with Getzlaf. Not really doing anything. Change my mind.
Anyways, the Nylander saga is coming to an end. The Pacific Division. The Pacific Division is a division, much like Ottawa
so
is
wide
a
open.
team.
You know who's going to get William Nylander? The Los Angeles Kings. They're going to trade Ilya Kovalchuk.
That would be the worst
Hal
trade
Dubas
in
isn't
Toronto
an
history.
idiot. He might be a new general manager, but he's not stupid.
Well, he's gonna somehow have to deal with like 7 contract extensions next year.
Well, he'll deal with that when the time comes, but he's not going to trade
Also,
people away just because he needs to.
Also, rest in peace, Winnipeg's general manager. He's got some contracts to deal with.
Oh, boy.
Winnipeg's window is just so small.
Isn't it? Don't they have to deal with Laine, Scheifele, Wheeler?
No, Scheifele is signed for 4 months.
Scheifele did his already.
Okay.
Kyle Connor, Patrick Laine, Jacob Trouba, and Brandon Tanev. Or not Brandon Tanev, Adam Lowry.
And isn't Hellenbuck's deal coming up soon?
Hellebuck just signed an extension this past summer.
Okay, never mind.
6 years, like $6 million, I think.
But does that kick in this year, or does that kick in next year?
Kicks in next year.
See, there's a problem. That's money in the books. Like, they might have to be sellers, too.
I was listening on the radio. They're going, Line A is going to get at the 10 mil mark.
Jeez.
Ooh.
At the least. It's getting 10 mil.
Just makes deals like Scheifele's, McKinnon's, Pasternak's, makes those deals look even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my. That's
Even like Johnny Gaudreau and like Sean Monahan, those deals look super good now.
look how
What's
One of
Matthews again?
Matthews is still on his entry level, but he's probably going to
still-
get 10. He's probably going to get
What's
around where
Tavares?
Tavares got. Tavares got 11, so Matthews will probably be
Okay,
10.
okay. Nah, he's going to get more than Tavares.
because he's a younger.
Yeah, he's going to get more than two. So, yeah, and then
Then they got Marner coming up too.
his is 10, Tavares is 10.5?
11, flat.
Oh, 11.5?
No, 11, just 11 million.
Oh, 11? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going, Line is going to get either 10.5 then. I'm going with. Or I guess maybe 11.
What's Skinner gonna get?
Skinner,
Oh,
probably
Jeff.
8,
Jeffrey.
because he's a lot older.
I give him 8.5. But I would only give him like a 3-year deal.
Yeah, they were saying 8.5 to 9 on the radio for Skinner. The thing about
Skinner's
Skinner
like
is he's
28.
always been good. He's just on
Yeah.
a bad team. Me and my dad were talking about that because
He scored 50
my dad has
goals.
always had him for fantasy every year. And he said he's always good. He's just on a... And, which was weird, he was he wasn't like a minus. He was a plus, but like barely.
He was the only plus player on
obviously,
Carolina.
Yeah. So, it's not like he's a bad player. He's been a good player.
Mm-hmm.
And if he keeps playing how he's playing, I definitely think he deserves 9.
What do you project Barzal's gonna get on his extension?
Oh my gosh, there's so many
He's got
players
one more
that are
year,
just so good.
so
I know.
he'll probably
But,
get.
okay.
He'll probably get. Because the thing is, because like guys like
He's an
McDavid,
assist guy.
Draisaitl, Eichel, like those guys got their contracts
It
early.
messed up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, guys like Kyle Dubas is in such a hard like dilemma
Yeah.
because he has so many good young players on
I
his
see
team.
Barzal getting 6.5 to 7.
That low, really?
Because, well, you also got to remember, like, he's playing in New York, but he's not playing for the A-list New York team.
He's still their cornerstone.
What does that
piece,
have to
though.
do with
Yeah.
anything?
Well, like,
Yeah.
Like, they're still in New York. They're still
Well,
in a big
maybe-
market.
maybe
He's
he's a
the guy
maybe
on
he's a
that team.
Pasternak kind of guy. He doesn't need all the money. He's already getting
But
all
he's
the
a
Adidas
center. That's the
sponsorship.
most valuable position in hockey.
But he's getting all the Adidas money too on top of that because he's Adidas' main guy for hockey. He's getting all the Adidas sponsorships.
So you're telling me that this
But the
man's gonna say,
sponsorship
no,
is
I don't
only
like money.
guaranteed
I don't need that much.
if he stays healthy. Because if he's hurt, why would the sponsorships want to pay him?
I don't know. You tell me. Heatley had a deal with Easton forever.
He did.
He also got paid. It's not like he was taking like.
Ryan Kessler's still supporting
25%
that
discount.
that Easton helmet.
What do you think about Alex Tuck?
He already got
He's an
signed.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. My bad.
He's
bad.
making 4.5.
Alex Tuck is
He's
one of my
only-
favorite players. Doesn't know that he just got signed.
Wow,
I remember it now. That's right. That's right. I'm kidding. I know how to read.
Yeah, Alex Tuck's already locked down. Vegas has done a really good job at pretty much locking down all their young assets. Shea Theodore, Alex Tuck, who was the other guy? Oh, Colin Miller.
Carlson.
They locked down Colin. Carlson's on a 1-year deal because he went to arbitration. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
need to re-sign him. But yeah, those 3 guys are just essential. Vegas's core. Also, they locked up Nate Schmidt to, I think it was 5 years, $5 million.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of risky just because of those back end years, but he's a big part of their blue line.
Well,
so.
he's not even. He's a solid defenseman. He's more of a defensive defenseman than anything. So.
Yeah, like Eichel, like especially Draisaitl, like his contract kind of screwed it for everybody else.
Draisaitl, I don't think
Draisaitl's
that high of money.
Well, because the thing is, Draisaitl's agent
Yeah,
saw how much
you're right.
McDavid
He
got,
doesn't.
and that was right after the playoffs too. And he's like, "Oh, well, if McDavid's making this much, then Draisaitl should be up there too, because he's doing all this with McDavid." So it kind of forced Chiarelli's hand.
Wrong.
And also,
Well,
Chiarelli
also,
is
he
not
was
that
dealing
great of
with
a
one of
GM.
Also, he was dealing with like the dumbest GM ever. So I mean, it was pretty easy to
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
Like-
so that obviously raised the levels for like Eichel. I mean, Eichel's definitely a lot better than Draisaitl, but yeah, it raised the levels for Eichel, and then it's gonna raise the levels for guys like, shoot, who were we just talking about? Like
how many
Marner,
point-
Matthews.
There's a lot of free agents this summer.
How many?
Remember
points
that
did-
list?
How many points did Nylander get last year?
60 something. I think.
60 something,
How many goals?
Probably like 20.
30 something.
20
No, I thought he
or
got to
30.
30.
Probably if he, well, because he gets a lot of assists too.
Because Matthews got what's called 50, right?
Yeah.
Or 50 or 40? It was just 40, huh?
He got 40.
Oh, maybe Nylander was like just under 30.
Okay, never mind. He gets some money.
Yeah, Nylander,
But, like-
and especially
but also-
Marner. Marner's gonna get a ton of money.
But then you look at Raquel's deal as a 30-goal scorer. You got that to compare it to as well. As a young 30-goal
That's
scorer.
just a steal.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
That's just guys.
That's all that is.
That's just guys want to play in Southern California.
That
Yeah,
too,
that's just the
it's also
combination of the
market, too.
player, the good
Yeah.
GM, yeah, just a bunch of stuff.
Because if Nylander was playing somewhere else, like a smaller market, like Carolina, for example, like
One, he already
probably
got the
wouldn't be
money.
able to. Well, also, like, you just gotta think, because, like, okay, Nick Ritchie was also holding out. Obviously, he's not as good as William Nylander, but, like, you think about how
Yeah.
long he held out, and he probably didn't even get that high of a raise, like, than what he wanted. So it's just kind of,
Yeah.
that kind of relates
Hey,
to
I'm
it.
just glad that he's performing.
Yeah.
That's all I asked of him. If you're gonna do it, you better perform, which he past
is.
7, 8 games he has.
Yeah, he's done a really
So
good
good for
job.
him.
Hasn't taken any dumb penalties. Doing
Nah, he
his
took a
job.
few. He took a few when he first
Sticking
came
his
back.
butt in front of the net. Getting those
Dude, he's
tips.
doing his job. That's literally just get it on the forecheck, make some space for somebody, get to the front of the net, get a rebound goal, get some greasy goal.
Sometimes
That's all he needs to do.
Sometimes I have to like wipe my eyes. Like, is that Dustin Penner? No, it's Nick Ritchie.
Yeah, dude, he just when he does his job, he's very good at doing it.
Yeah.
But when he
Has to do
doesn't,
it.
he
I
looks
think he
very,
finally bought
very
in.
bad.
I think he finally bought into the idea, like, oh, this isn't the O anymore. I can't just be the skill guy I was then.
He's
I have
not
to
a
actually use my
sniper.
body. Yeah. He actually gets to
Yeah,
use,
he
like,
needs to be like Maroon or whatever. Big body, got
Wayne
some good
Simmons.
hands, got an okay shot. Just use your skills. Don't try to be something you're not. Always be moving your feet. Yeah, just like his second goal today. Well, actually, his second goal was mostly Getzlaf. If you think about that, Ryan Getzlaf going in, I saw him coming, and I was like, ooh. And he just lays the body on Hoffman. He didn't even hit him. He shoved Hoffman into the glass, and he lost the puck. And Hoffman had no idea what happened. And then the puck was off his stick. Richie made a nice little chip to Getzlaf. And, of course, Getzlaf with those hands, that passing ability, slides it right back to Richie, right in the freaking slot. He snipes it. Richie shouldn't be taking any shot that's not in the slot or lower.
below the hash marks. That's it. That's his.
Yeah, that's it.
That
Those
was,
are the only
like,
shots he should be taking.
when I was playing hockey, Brady, you can attest to this. Is like sometimes our coaches, even Stefan, would be like, "You sit," and that's Patrick Stefan. He would be like this. Like he would like on the whiteboard, he would draw like this weird half circle that goes up to the hash marks and then kind of goes back down. He's like, "You don't shoot anywhere else but there." Like
Yeah.
that's what like power forwards got. They like live in that area. Like you want to get all the greasy goals there. That's how you make your money. Hell, that's
If
what
you want to be successful.
that's what Wayne
Those are
Simmons has done his
areas.
entire career. Jerome McGinley. Hell, Sidney Crosby scores the majority of his goals in that area.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about our new segment here that we're gonna do. We're gonna take stuff from Sirius XM Radio, which I listen
We
to.
steal stuff from NHL
basically
Network
every
and then
day.
give our own ideas.
Yeah. So guys on Sirius XM, they always tweet out stuff, and today they tweeted out an interesting one of who do you think has the best shot in the league all time, backhand, forehand, whatever, doesn't matter. And it's gonna be that kind of stuff, and we're just gonna debate and give our opinions on it. So first one.
For which?
Go
For
ahead.
wrist shot, slap shot, one timer, like what? Are we going to go by shot or how are we going to do this?
Hold on. Let me pull up the tweet and we'll go one by one.
All right. To stall time, I just saved Brady's butt on that poke check right there. Hopefully you all saw that. Oh, I'm dancing. Oh, and first shot right in the goalie's glove.
Who has the best shot in the NHL?
Right
That
now?
was the first question. Yeah,
Is that implied
that
right
was
now?
technically the first question.
Okay, the answer is
The best
clearly
shot is in quotes.
Alexander Ovechkin
Yeah.
or Patrick Laine.
Yep, that's
Like those are the only two I could ever like possibly argue for that.
yep. Can't go wrong with those two guys. And we were kind of talking about this earlier, and you can either go the route of power or release. You go with release, right? Laine uses that super whippy stick. He's just able to whip that thing into the top corner.
Yeah.
Ovechkin just
heavy
absolutely hammers the puck. Because Laine, he uses like a lower flex so he can be able to like whip it that good.
Laine,
Ovechkin ain't using a lower flex.
Goudreau uses a 65 flex, and Phil Kessel uses a 55.
Jeez.
Yeah, guys like that.
They're just whippy shots.
Those are all quick release guys. Ovechkin, he ain't using that small flex.
No,
He's just overpowering the puck.
Then you got
Literally.
guys like Ovechkin, Subban, Getzlaf, Weber, who would just take big daddy hacks at the puck whenever they shoot.
And it works.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna all-time favorite shot, or all-time best shot. Sorry.
I still have to go with
Which-
Ovechkin.
Yeah,
Like-
me too. I don't think there's anyone else.
Yeah. I mean,
It's so hard to not
maybe-
pick him.
maybe Yager, but then again, that guy was all like in front of the net, just close stuff. Like, I hardly.
And he
I
had a
always-
bunch of moves. Yeah, most of his stuff wasn't like shots.
Yeah.
He got so open that the goalie wasn't there anymore. And
Yeah.
he just needed to put it in the net. Like that was Yager.
I'm trying to think of like other guys with like booming shots, but like trying to think like Crosby has a good shot, yes, but his is like Yager, where it's a lot like up close stuff. He's usually creating stuff in front of the net.
Yeah, he creates it himself and it's just open and he uses like a quick release to like just shoot it wherever he wants to.
Yeah, I would say Crosby has the
Like
best.
McDavid, I don't think he has that great of a shot.
He's fast.
He's just very fast.
Teemu Solani, he's a quick release kind of guy. He had his spot.
Oh yeah,
like that.
Salon. Yeah, Timu, dude, was just a. Timu, I feel like could be an all-around type, like for best shot.
Yeah, if you look at every aspect of it, I mean Messier, you could even say.
Especially Timu's backhand.
Oh,
One of the
yeah.
best backhands ever.
filthy.
Yes.
But yeah,
I
let's
would-
go into that backhand.
I would say either Crosby.
Crosby's
or
got a pretty good one.
Kane. Crosby or Patrick Kane.
Oh shoot.
Yep, those are who I'd have to go with too. Them
Well, I
and
guess
obviously
I guess,
Timu.
I guess he's put Duchesne in that question now because of the goal he scored against Philly.
No, that wasn't like a no.
It was a backhand technically,
Yeah, but he just slapped that out of the air.
which was still amazing.
Duchesne.
Oh, it was. Oh yeah, no doubt it was. But I don't know if I'd put him in the
No,
backhand
I was just joking because it was just that amazing.
slap shot.
Charles.
We're not going one timer. We're just going slap shot. Regular
Shea
slap
Weber
shot.
then probably.
Scott Stevens.
I'm going with Al McInnes on that one.
Ooh. Or what about the guy that the howitzer, Gordie Howe?
I think just slap shot. I'm definitely going Al McInnes.
All right.
That man
Ooh.
did not want to get in front of.
Francois Here's an odd one. Francois Boschman.
It's a very underrated slap shot.
That man just
Very
had a
good
cannon.
underrated slap shot.
That man just had an absolute cannon of a shot. It looked like it hurt.
Still did.
It was hard and heavy.
Yeah. And then, who on your favorite NHL team has the best shot?
Ryan Getzlaf. It's like
Yeah.
undisputable.
Yeah, him or... I was thinking about that earlier, and the only thing is just, like, he doesn't
if you
shoot enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say, like, for quick release, I would say Silverberg.
Raquel.
Yeah.
Raquel, just another one of those guys that he just gets it and can just whip it into the top corner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but, like,
Or
even
wherever
now,
he wants.
More so now, Fowler has been, like, shooting the puck better. He really worked on his shot. Now he's, like, an option.
I should have passed that. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically all the shots, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so overall, I think you just gotta go Ovechkin.
Yeah. Because he also has the wrister. He has the dangles. He has
The
like,
one timer. He's got the slappers. He can do a
like
backhand.
I honestly believe, like, at the end of his career and once he's in the Hall of Fame, it's not going to be the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy. It's going to be the Alexander Ovechkin Award.
Ovechkin has the chance to
Pretend
legitimately has the chance to be the greatest goal scorer of all time.
He's on pace to beat Gretzky's goal scoring record.
Yeah.
All he has to do, let's say if he gets 46 goals this year, all he has to do is average 37 goals for the next 4 years and he beats it. Or for the next, yeah.
And he's never not gotten 40, right?
The only time he didn't get 40 was in the lockout year when they played 48 games and he still had 35.
Yeah. It's undisputable. This guy has the best shot. And I honestly don't think, like, anyone will ever, like,
Laine
beat it.
has a
Nah,
chance.
dude.
If Laine keeps scoring at the pace that he's scoring at, Laine can and will be the next Ovechkin. But he has to stay healthy like Ovechkin did, and he has to be consistent like Ovechkin did.
Bro,
And he
Ovechkin
also-
scored 65 goals in one season.
That's also true. Well, Timu scored 72.
65.
Timu scored 72 in his rookie year, then never got then never really got anywhere close to that ever again.
Yeah, but Ovechkin has. Dude is just, yeah, I mean, I guess Laine would be the next closest one, but I don't even think it's that close. Like, there's no way. He scored 65 goals, and that was like in his second or third season, too.
Yeah.
Freaking ridiculous.
With a tinted visor.
Oh, the good old days. Dude, yes. That's so crazy to think about. 65 goals. This
That was
guy scored.
That was like kind of at the end of the dead puck era.
Like, ooh, I can't believe some guys can barely get to 50. You don't even see 50 anymore.
Yep.
Some guys barely getting over 40, and this guy
Like-
scored 65.
Like back in the honestly, like back in the day, 50 is the new 30. Like,
Yeah, and I
30's
know
the
we
new
always
50.
talk about it, but like, imagine like if Ovechkin played like in that era, like,
Oh, jeez.
like, guy would have like 1,000 goals already.
guy would have broken Gretzky's record, and I think just in goals alone.
Yeah, Gretzky has like all those assists and stuff, but like he would have beat it with just goal. It's always
And
weird
like
thinking
defense
about
wasn't
that, though.
important. And defense wasn't important back then. Like Ovi's really stepped up his defensive game, on top of all this too. Like from being like an overall minus player to now he's like in the positives. Like Barry Trotz fixed Ovechkin.
So glad to see that.
He made Ovechkin the best version of Ovechkin.
He perfected him.
Yes.
He perfected the Ovechkin.
Like, and also you can't
All
forget
those other
Ovechkin's
years, it was the prototype. It was the prototype Ovechkin. This is the real Ovechkin.
Ovechkin's 6'4", 240.
He's 245 pounds, dude.
And he's one of the fastest guys in the league. And he's one of the hardest hitters in the league too.
Yeah, I was just talking about this the other day. Like, imagine, like...
Imagine getting hit by Alexander Ovechkin. Forget Tom Wilson. Imagine getting hit by Ovechkin.
The more and more, like, I hear about Ovechkin, the more, like, I want to say he's, like, the best player. But he's not still.
Crosby has him beat out slightly.
Because of Crosby.
Yeah.
But, like... Just Ovechkin, dude. Like, he can do everything. Oh, what if Ovechkin was, like, a center, though? Oh, I feel like that might have put him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Ovechkin was a center, he'd be the best player in the world. But he's a left winger, so he's the best left winger ever.
By far.
Guy's so good. My God.
Well, if you go by the top, like, was Messier a center or was he a winger? He's a center, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the top two are the top three are, sorry, the top two are Messier, Gretzky, Messier, and both centers, and then you have Yager, who's a winger, and then you
Nola
have
for
Howe.
Mario.
Mario, dude.
Mario Lemieux.
I'm talking about like the all-time points getters.
I'm gonna throw out a hot take right here. If Mario Lemieux had never had any of those injuries, or he had like his cancer, like I feel like he probably could have ended up being like the best player to ever play in the NHL.
You could have. You should have.
Oh, that's possible.
You can basically add another 200,
Definitely
250
possible.
points to his career, at least.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Yeah, dude, and the fact was, like, that dude was... He was... Like, Gretzky was Crosby and Lemieux was Ovechkin.
Yeah. But
Like,
Lemieux was big
Lemieux was just
for
the
back in
big
the day,
guy that could do everything.
and he could skate.
And
Like,
Gretzky was more the smaller guy that could do everything.
Lemieux was one of the only guys who knew how to skate back then. Like,
That's what
Lemieux,
everything came down to back then, was if
Lemieux
you were a
and
good
Yager were
skater.
the two best skaters, I think, in the world at that point. Which, like, played a huge factor, because you see a lot of Mario's goals and Yager's goals, it's just them beating defensemen and then cutting the net.
Yeah, it was just one of those things, like, they could do whatever they wanted to.
Half clappers were king.
Yeah.
But also you got
Gretzky was
like,
more of, like, he just knew what was going to happen before it happened.
Gretzky was playing like chess on the ice. Gretzky was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. But now if you like imagine taking those players now and putting the goalies that we have today in those spots.
Oh, no doubt it would be so much harder to score.
Yeah, Gretzky even says like I couldn't do what I did now.
Yeah, goals were like Swiss cheese back then. You look at like some of the goals he scored, and it's just like you'd never see that happen nowadays. Because the goalie was
This
like,
dude has so many points. 2,000 freaking... Like, how is that even possible?
How many points does Ovechkin have?
Is this basketball? Is this basketball or is this hockey?
How many points does Ovechkin have?
Total?
Yeah.
he a little over 1,000 now, right?
Where's he
Yeah,
on the
yeah, it
active
should be.
list?
I don't know, I'd have to look it up. Yeah, but Ovechkin, dude, definitely has a chance to be the greatest goal scorer of all time. If not, he can for sure get to second.
Yeah.
Is Yager second in goals,
Yeah,
or is that just points?
Yager's second in points, and I think goals. I'm not.
Oh,
That's-
baby.
No, Yager's third in points. My bad. Yager's third in points. Messier is still second. Yager could have beat Messier's record, but no NHL team wanted to sign him.
Calgary Flames ruined him.
They did. They put him in Canada. Just think, Florida still could have had him.
Ovechkin is at 625 goals,
Okay.
and Gretzky is at 894.
Yeah.
Oh, Ovechkin could definitely reach that as long as he's healthy.
Wait, okay, Ovechkin
Definitely
has the
reach.
chance to go to at least 13th this year.
13th in goals scored or 13th in points overall?
Goals, just goals.
Wow.
Dude, the next closest. Who is even the next closest guy that still plays? Patrick Marleau, 539.
Jeez.
And you know that he's not fucking going.
No.
Didn't Joe just get to like 400?
Joe Thornton.
Yeah.
Dude, Ovechkin's goals per game is 6th in the all-time.
Dang.
Who's above him?
Mike Bossy,
Pussy.
C. Cy Donetti. I have no idea who that is. Mario, Babe
Mario.
Dye, and Pavel Bure.
Ooh.
The Russian rocket, Pavel Bure.
Okay, well, who's the greatest Russian? Do you think Ovechkin will be the greatest Russian hocky player of all time? Or do you think
Yes.
that's still belongs
Yeah,
to
no
Pavel
doubt.
Bure?
No. Yeah,
No
it's
doubt,
Ovechkin.
man. Especially in the
100%
modern era.
is Ovechkin. Yeah, it's 100% Ovechkin. Has to be. Even I feel like even if you ask like older people, like who they think of, you're Russian, NHL.
Yeah.
You just go up to somebody and that's all you say.
Best Russian NHL.
Pavel
Yeah.
Datsyuk.
Tatsuk is like top 5.
Yeah. Should we just go through every European country and give our top 5?
Why can't I freaking click on all-time
Also,
points?
I think it's funny that like certain teams have like specific like regions. You can tell like where they like make their scouts like the most prevalent in. Like Anaheim's obviously Sweden.
Washington, Russia.
Washington.
No,
and
Yager
Russia.
is second on the points.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. And then you have like
Thornton is 16th. Wow, Thornton, if he gets 2 more... Wait, never mind. If he gets 22 more points, he get past Timu.
wow.
Dang.
That's actually ridiculous. Dude, Gretzky has basically 1,000 more points than the closest player, which is Yager.
That basically getting second like is like getting the number
Is getting
one.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you just cannot. Like that's what everyone was saying about Yager when he got it. Like basically that's like being like the most leading because he did it in the modern or as modern as you can get.
Yeah. He did it in like a lot of errors.
Yeah. He did that through the dead puck era, the first modern era, the new era that we're in now. That weird
Gretzky, 2,857 points.
that weird 2008 to 2014 era where no one knew what they wanted to be.
Yager, 1,921.
Huh. Not
literally
even
like
close.
950 points. Like that's what it is.
That's a lot.
Like I can't that's so crazy. Ooh. That's so ridiculous to think about. Nobody, at least on the top, whatever I just looked at, what was that? Top 25, the only active player is Joe Thornton.
Jeez.
So, people got a long way to go for points.
Yeah. Can you do you want to predict any of these younger guys that might get on that list? Even though it's you can't really.
Matthews.
I mean, I guess McDavid.
Matthews, McDavid, Line. Line's gonna.
I don't know.
Line has a chance to. Line has a chance to overtake Timu as the greatest Finnish player.
The thing
That's
is,
sad.
I feel like Line
don't
is
want
not
him to.
super aggressive in the way he plays Ovechkin is, and that's why Ovechkin was able to score so many goals because a lot of that is created off the forecheck that he brought. Especially you said
Because
he's
Ovechkin
one of
would
the hardest
literally
hitters.
Ovechkin would literally go at you.
Yeah, so I don't think
Oh,
Line
Ovechkin-
really does that.
Ovechkin
Ovechkin-
and be like, "That's mine," and then get mad at that you had it and he didn't.
Ovechkin would challenge you to beat him.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Line
is just like,
Line is 6 foot.
oh, I'm open,
6'3".
give me the puck, I'm gonna score.
He's just he's a big body. He doesn't use it ever though. Kind of like Yager. Honestly, he's like Yager with a better shot. He just doesn't a forecheck or anything. He just kind of lets other people do the work for him, and then he rewards them, I guess, for their work.
Ovechkin is just a tank.
Yeah.
And he always has been just a freaking tank.
The Russian rocket.
Dude, especially some of his goals, there's so many goals I could think of Ovechkin that he did that was just ridiculous.
His famous one against the Coyotes. Where
That's the classic one.
Where he got tripped and still found a way to put it in the back of the net.
Nah, dude, one of my favorite ones was, I forgot, I can't even remember now if it was against the Rangers or Montreal. He came off the bench, backhanded it around a defenseman, off the board, spun, got it, and scored with one hand.
Oh yeah.
It was in the playoffs too, I'm pretty sure.
So it doesn't even count.
Dude, there was just, I need to look up that video now. Dude, yeah, you just search a top 10 of Ovechkin goals,
How long?
and
after
just
Ovechkin
all of them, you're just
retires,
wow.
How many seasons after he retires does he do they retire his number?
Probably 2 maybe.
No, they do it the
Yeah.
season after. I feel like if he got traded, they'd still if he got traded this season,
No.
they would just
It's
retire
not
his
getting
number
traded
immediately.
ever.
No, he never get traded. He's never leaving Washington. Remember all the rumors back in the day, oh, they should trade Ovechkin.
Yeah, people are just dumb, dude. People are just actually just stupid.
Here's what they could get for Ovechkin
Everyone-
right now.
People want to trade Getzlaf. People want to trade
Perry,
freaking
Fowler,
everybody, dude.
Raquel.
Just because people freak out when something goes wrong. They're just like, oh my god, what do we do? Let's give up our... I know what'll fix it. Let's give up our best player. What? Does that even make sense? I know how we can beat our better team. Let's give somebody our best player.
That usually works.
Is it this one?
Yeah, I remember when the Ducks were struggling seasons before. People were calling for Getzlaf to be stripped of the captaincy. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was in the playoffs. Oh.
You know what'll fix this team? Blowing it up. The current mindset for the
Wow,
Flyers
how
right
did he
now.
tuck that?
You know what we need to do? Grab 3 sticks of dynamite, just put it in the locker room and see what happens.
I think that goal is my favorite Ovechkin goal because it has every part of him in one goal.
It has the I'm gonna score. It has the I'm gonna kill you, and it has like, don't ever try to think that you're better than me.
Literally just watch that goal. It has like, it technically has the dangle, it has the power, and then it has the shot. Dude, whoever that was that came at him, it was just like, you're not getting puck. You're not touching puck.
Honestly, I feel like, okay, who would you feel is the hardest player to defend in the NHL?
McDavid.
In the league right now,
Yeah,
McDavid.
either McDavid or Matthews.
I would say Crosby. I've seen teams shut down. I've seen teams shut down McDavid. Teams have a very hard time shutting down Sidney Crosby still.
I thought we were talking about like one-on-one.
Oh, I thought we were just talking
Like
about
just
overall.
Oh. Yeah, well, yeah, overall, yeah, Crosby. Well, overall, I don't know. Crosby. There's a lot of guys you could say overall, though. All the best players you could technically say overall.
Yeah.
Like Matthews, Ovechkin, Crosby is hard. McDavid. Getzlaf is fucking hard to play against. I thought you were talking about just strictly like one-on-one.
Oh, I guess.
And I chose McDavid just because the fact like he is literally so fast.
Yeah.
But the thing is with him is like you can't let him get started. That's literally it.
Like
Don't
the
let
other thing
him,
I was
like,
looking at
start.
Like, Crosby can kill you in like just 3 steps. Like he doesn't need to be going full speed. He can literally he can ruin your day with just like, I don't know, 3 feet of space.
Yeah, Crosby. Yeah, and Crosby is just because he's not heavy, but it's like he's so powerful.
He's strong. Like,
Yeah, he's powerful, and then like
how St. Louis was.
the combination of like his skating
hockey, yeah.
and him being strong.
And just knowing
Because like
what to
once
do
he
in
gets on
every
his
single
edges,
situation.
and uses his body, you're not getting the puck.
True.
Which as we were talking about Ovechkin, is just like, oh, let me use my big ass body. I don't need to use my edges. Ovechkin's was skating fast and using body.
Ovechkin's a very good skater in a straight line.
Well, even dude, when he would get his crossovers going,
Oh, yeah. You just like,
at least back, maybe not as much anymore, but like
it
back
was
in the
like,
day.
honestly, it was like a freight train going down the ice.
Yeah, dude, you didn't like. You were scared of that guy.
Yeah. Like that would happen.
Like you had legitimate fear when that guy was coming at you.
Yeah. People still
Oh
do.
my gosh, pick up the puck.
And then Crosby's was more of like, oh my god, I'm scared because this guy's going to might embarrass me.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, for fast skaters, if you like shut down their space, they don't have a lot of ice to operate. But if you're going up against somebody that can skate and he has a big body, it's kind of like, what do you do in that situation, you know?
It's like, just imagine if Ryan Getzlaf was fast.
Yeah, if that guy was fast, he'd be like one of the best players. He'd be like top 5 in the NHL.
Or imagine if Corey Perry was fast.
Yeah, him too.
If either of those guys had wheels, it's over for the NHL.
Yeah, they would both be like Get out of the way, Crosby and Malkin. This is the real dynamic duo. Get out of the way, Ovechkin, Backstrom. Any of those. It's freaking
Kane
Getzlaf and
Taves.
Perry.
Sagan Ben. Bergeron Marchand. Nothing.
Dude,
Absolutely
even
nothing.
before, they would say, like, Getzlaf and Perry is like, one of the best
Yeah.
duos.
And they always did it themselves. They never, like, really played with Timu. Like,
Which was good, because they could do it themselves, and they could let Timo do other stuff with other people.
yeah.
That's why the Ducks were so good.
They had the greatest 1-2-3 punch.
Oh,
They had McDonald, Kunitz, and Solani. Then they had Getzlaf, Perry, Penner. Then they had Niedermeyer, Moan, and Paulson. Is that the line?
yeah.
Todd Marchand, too.
The checking line.
No. Then the fourth line was Marchand, Thornton, Peros, whoever else you wanted to throw on that line.
Ryan Carter.
Yeah. One of the best Stanley Cup teams of all time.
Honestly, like, it was hard to argue when the NHL did their when they did their who was the greatest Stanley Cup team out of like the 100 years. Like, obviously the Ducks weren't gonna win, but if people actually like looked at the stats and everything that went into that season for the Ducks, they were legit one of the best teams to have ever won the Stanley Cup.
But yeah, dude, people always say that. Like, the Ducks are basically like the most underrated team to win.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
no one ever like thinks about it. Like how good they were. They had everything.
They were literally like they could score like 6 goals on you, or they could beat you up. There was no. Or there was
You
both.
can't get. Oh, you got past our forwards. Here's our defense.
Oh, you got past our defense.
Oh, you got past
Here's
our
John
defense.
Sebastian
Here's our
Kerr.
goalie.
Here's Jiggy Brzgalov.
Yeah.
There's Jiggy Brzgalov. Oh, you want to touch Jiggy? Meet George Peros.
George Peros will kill you. So will Chris Pronger.
Meet Todd Fedoruk. Meet Travis Moan. Meet Rob Niedermeyer. Meet
Just everyone, dude.
Meet hothead Corey Perry.
Hothead Corey Perry.
Young Corey Perry and Ryan Getzlaf.
Here's Sean O'Donnell.
Gets off with hair.
Very feisty men. Very feisty little boys.
Oh, you think no one's gonna come in on the forecheck? Bam, Chris Kunitz in your face.
Literally
Oh.
that whole third line.
Oh, you thought
Dude,
you were
their third line won them the Stanley Cup final.
yeah.
Alone. They each like scored a goal in like each game that impacted the Stanley Cup final.
Didn't Moan score like the game winner in 2 of the games?
Yeah, in one of the overtime games.
Wait, what? They didn't go to overtime in the
Or
Stanley Cup final.
Not in the Western
No, it was
Conference, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, so one of the Mellon scored the game-winning goal on one of the Stanley Cup final games, and Rob Niedermeyer scored one of the game-winning goals in the Stanley Cup final game.
Okay, yeah, I was getting a little confused.
For,
And
so
then
for 2 of the games.
And then someone on fucking Ottawa scored the game winner in the game 5.
Yeah, Chris Phillips.
Chris Phillips.
Which was actually credited to Moen because he was the last one to touch it.
Yeah.
I always laugh at that the game-winning goal was literally like it wasn't even like a goal.
But like also the game was 5-2, so like the Ducks handily won. It wasn't like it was 3-2 and that's how they lost. Also RIP to Eves and Vermette who were on that team.
Ooh, that's right.
I always forget about. I always think about like my favorite Corey Perry goals, and I always forget he scored that last goal. that he scored the 6th goal. Came off the bench and just ripped it.
On Ray Emery.
And then he had that celebration where he just like had his hands up. He just because everyone knew that they were gonna win. Because even then, like it was 5-2, and you're kind of like anything can happen.
Yeah, but
And
then like
he scored that
you hit the
6th goal, and you were like,
oh. It's just like it's like there's 5 minutes. There's like 10 minutes left in the third period. He's like, you know.
I think he scored that 6th goal with like, I want to say like 4 minutes maybe.
Fun fact, I was at that game.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I love how we always end up talking about the 07 team on this podcast.
Because they were that good. They're that good. They were the perfect Stanley Cup team.
We have nothing else to talk about. Let's talk about 07.
Let's talk about the times when we won a Stanley Cup.
The one time.
It's happening. It's happening soon. It has to happen soon. We need to win 3 out of 3 to win the league title.
3 out of 3.
Yeah.
So every game.
Basically.
Yep. Standard hockey bag. Well, I got a lot of competitive rating.
Oh dang, those guys must have been good. Not.
All right.
So,
I think that
anything else
it's the
you
end
want to
of
talk
this
about?
pod. I don't think so.
Nope. That wraps it up here for episode 8 of the Players Perspective podcast. Seems like we're always going off on other stuff. We don't even talk about the Ducks half the time. That's okay. We're talking hockey, and that's all that matters. That we're talking about hockey.
This is an Anaheim Ducks podcast. This is a hockey podcast featuring the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah. So we'll see you later for episode 9. So stay tuned for that whenever it comes out. We'll see you guys later.